back to my channel. Wow, why is it all white? Guys, anyway, this is the excess of sun. I've been trying to position my car in a way where you guys will be able to see me. It's either it's too dark or too bright. Oh, okay, now it's better. Okay, it's the sun. Whenever it's glowing, I'm glowing. Anyway, guys, so I wanted to talk about, you guys can see the title, I wanted to talk about the school. For people who don't know, I do have a school in Cameroon. You guys know I wasn't able to make it back to Cameroon, but my sister is there and then the full staff is there, so I kind of wanted to give you guys an update when it comes to that. And of course I have to glow because the sun is glowing. Anyway, look at the situation that I'm dealing with right now. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is my iPhone. Can you guys see that? My iPhone car charger. Oh my god, I've had this thing forever, and now for some reason it's not charging, which means I have to buy another one. But I have one in my office, one at home, and then one in the car. Is it just me or this thing is now getting darker? Oh my god. Anyway, I can't deal with today's video. So I want to talk about the back to school, just tell you guys how everything is going so far. And yeah, the good and the bad, because there's always good and bad. Why can it not just be good? Anyway, that's life. So let's get started with today's video. Yeah, viens te placer ici. Non, ici là. Place-toi ici. Alors, qui va aussi prendre? Qui d'autre? Petit. So when it comes to the back to school, I'm just going to give you a rundown on some of the things going on currently. School started 2 weeks ago and everything is going smoothly, even though there's always hiccups here and there. School started on September 4th, right? The primary school started September 4th. Primary / elementary, I know in the US they say elementary, in Cameroon we say primary school, started September 4th. And then 1 week later the nursery started, which is kindergarten here in the US. It's so confusing. Anyway, so it's been 2 weeks now that school started and everything is going smoothly as of now. Okay, there's nothing major. When I say smoothly, it's because of course there's always going to be issues, but as far as I know, there's really nothing major going on. You guys know my sister is currently in Cameroon. We are co-founders of the school, so she was able to make it back to Cameroon for the back to school, and I think she made it like the weekend before school started because she couldn't make it before that. So anyway, first thing first, we have good teachers. I'm not just saying that because it's me, it's my school. But I've done such a good job in the past couple of years, in the past 4 or 5 years, hiring. I mean, it's a hit and miss, okay? Because some of those teachers will come with a CV that looks amazing, and then you will find out within the first month or so that they actually don't have the skill set to be a teacher, because many of them actually lie. So but the staff that we currently have are actually really good and I love them. Okay, we had couple of teachers who left. I mean, we had one teacher who actually told us that she wasn't coming back to school this year because she wants to go back to school herself for her master's degree, and I think she's doing law, so she wants to do something else, blah blah blah. But I think because in Cameroon you have this thing where people cannot find jobs, so they get trained to be teachers because they know maybe having a job as a teacher is going to be more feasible than having a job as a lawyer. She kind of like let us know, I'm not going to be here next school year, so she didn't show up, of course, because I knew of that. There was another teacher that actually quit, and the teacher quit just because of salary. Guys, this is one thing that you people are not loyal. They're not loyal. I mean, we have loyal teachers, okay? But this one, I actually hired him last year, and I hired him and then I increased his salary because every year we look at the budget that we have. We look at, because the number of students determine in a way, in a sense, the number of students determine how much expenses and how much we can actually allocate for salaries, right? So this year when I was doing the whole budget with my sister and just an estimate based on prior years, we kind of estimated that okay, we're going to raise salaries this year. I mean, we we raise salaries every year. But this year again, we actually tremendously raised salaries just because the state also raised the minimum wage. Okay, so we kind of had to adjust that for people who were interns, because we did have intern, and then they're now going on full-time positions, so we had to adjust the salaries as well. But anyway, so we adjusted everybody's salaries. Everybody was happy. He was happy. The teacher that left, right, he was happy. The only issue is that he found another school that could pay him more, and then you can't fight that. Okay, you cannot fight that. I feel like when people are living on survival mode, it's really a matter of like, who is going to pay me more for my services. And I don't really blame him as much, because if we, like Loboske, the school, cannot afford the salary expectations that he wanted, another school could. And we're pretty new when it comes to school. Like, we don't have that type of money yet. We're still growing, we're still building, so I don't really blame him. But I just wish I had a heads up, because right now the head teacher, right, the principal, and then the headmistress, like directrice or director, they now have to look at, to search, find a substitute teacher. So, another main issue that I'm having is pregnancies. Let me land. It's pregnancies. We have 4 female teachers pregnant. One of them is supposed to give birth towards the end of this year. 2 of them are supposed to give birth between January and February, and then one of them, like, guys. So once upon a time, I made a video talking about what makes it difficult for employers to hire young women. And that is one of the reasons, okay? That is one of the reasons you can fight it. It's just the natural way of doing things, We have to reproduce as female, and then it kind of makes sense. So, however, when it comes to numbers, right? Money, when it comes to business, there are certain things that don't make sense, right? Anyway, that being said, we already talked to them. Because they do have maternity leave. Those are the teachers that, I think 2 of the teachers have been working with us forever, and then the 2 other teachers got hired last year, so this is the 2nd year. So they do have maternity leave. I mean, we, the school, have maternity leave, so that's a good thing. But now we have to find substitute teachers, which is also another thing, okay? Another thing, and then additional expenses. It's just like you have temp workers, okay? When you have temp workers because one of your employee left, or maybe went on vacation or paternity leave or maternity leave, you do have to hire another temp, and it costs more money, right? Because you're still paying the other person full salary. Anyway, full salary up to the numbers of weeks that is determined by the company, right? Anyway, so that's another thing, and that's you can't, I'm a woman, okay? I'm a woman, and 70% of the staff are female. And it's expected, right? It's expected. It's just unfortunate because some of them actually, when they give birth, one of the issues that I encountered before is that when they give birth, sometimes the husband, the boyfriend, or the partner doesn't want them to go back to work, right? Because they're like, you're the woman, you have to raise the child at home, blah, blah, blah. So we've had that issue before where one of my good teacher, like, she was really good, and the partner was like, no, you're not going to go back to work. Who's going to raise my child? And even though she could afford having a babysitter, the husband, it wasn't the husband, it was the partner. I keep on saying the husband. Her boyfriend did not want that, okay? They were living together. He was like, no, I want you as the mother of my child to take care of my child. So she had to stay home. And it's been 2 years now, and she's been home. And once in a while, I will meet her on the street because she doesn't live far from the school. So when I'm in Cameroon, I will meet her on the street, and then she will always, she's lovely. And anytime she wants to come back, I will always welcome her because that's how good she was. She was just a good, decent teacher, okay? So those are some of the issues that we have when it comes to staffing. Now, let's talk about the good part. The good part is about the students, okay? Right now, I feel like we're going to go past 400 students this year because the first 2 weeks, we actually exceeded the number of students that we had the prior year, okay? Because usually we roughly between 300 and 340 within the first 2 weeks, because I told you guys the first week is a primary school, the second week is the nursery. So at the end of the second week, which was last Friday, guess what? We were already at 375 or 72 students, and this is really because in Cameroon, I don't know if if that happened everywhere else, but in Cameroon, usually parents don't enroll the kid. I mean, not all parents, most parents do, but there are some parents that don't enroll the kids right away within the first week. And when it comes to like the little kids, right, like the kindergarten, nursery kids, parents usually wait for like 1 week, 2 weeks before they can enroll the child. So when we looked at the numbers of children per nursery class, it was actually really high. And now we're gonna have an issue, but it's gonna be a good issue. It's gonna be a good problem to have, because the problem that we're gonna run into is the fact that we need an additional classroom, just because looking at the numbers of children in those classes, it looks like by the end of the month, September, it's gonna be like more than full capacity. Okay, so we need to find a way to actually have an additional classroom. So at the school, all the nursery classes are on the ground level, on the first floor, ground level. So because we just didn't want the little kids to go up the stairs, right? So now we have to be thinking about that. Like, do we want to make an additional classroom upstairs available for the little kids? And like, we have to work on the logistic. But for now, this is it. And I mean, it's a good problem to have. As much as I don't want, the classrooms to be at full capacity or exceed, the full capacity, but we have space. We can actually create an addition. I think we have one classroom that is always empty. I mean, we do have one classroom that's always empty, but it's like on the third level, on the third floor. So maybe guys, we're gonna figure it out when the time comes. But when I was talking to my sister, we kind of estimated that by the end of September we have a better idea how many students we have in nursery classes, because they're really growing fast. So that is the good part, right? Because more students, more money, the more we can develop the schools, build more, because you guys know we're always building. Every year we're building, we're expanding, and so forth. So we're not done yet when it comes to that. There's another issue that we have. I feel like we have more issues than good stuff. There's another issue that we have, okay? Is the neighbor. The neighbor is building, and then she managed to build against our wall. Anyway, last year, I don't know if I even told you guys about what was happening last year when it comes to that, but last year I actually intervened and I had her stop construction, just because that was ridiculous. Because usually if you do any type of construction and somebody has built a building here, and if you want to build and your land is up to here, you have to respect the fact that your land stops here. But no, she went all the way, okay? And now she's building on our wall. This is Cameroon for you. Some of the issues that you don't even have to deal with, you deal with that. So apparently when I turned my back a couple months ago, she didn't build because I had her stop construction, right? This summer she started building again. Nobody told me. It was until my sister made it to Cameroon. I mean, my brother gave me a hint sometime like a week before my sister went to Cameroon. And then when my sister went to Cameroon and then she saw the school, she was like, oh, we're gonna have an issue with this lady. And I was this close, guys. Because I don't like fighting, but when it comes to things like that, I'm really good. Cameroonians, like, you cannot just be gentle with them. Like, that's my issue with them. It's like, you talk to them gently, you try to like accommodate them, negotiate this, that. I talked to the lady. We went through the whole thing, and I told her, ma'am, this is our gate, right? This is a wall. This is your wall. I mean, she didn't have a wall, but this is where your lane stop. Make sure you stop right there. No, she's... Anyway, that's another issue that we're gonna have to deal with. But apparently my sister managed to get people, come over from the state, and then blah blah blah. So basically she's supposed to destroy, like demolish whatever she was doing, which is unfortunate because she just spent money that now is going to be wasted. But that's her fault, because a couple months ago, 6 months ago, we had that conversation and she said she understood. But sometimes people want to stretch, like they just want to abuse the system. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm going to give you guys update when it comes when I have any update. Okay. Another good thing that is happening is that we have a lot of new parents, which is a good thing, because when you have new parents, it means that the reputation of your school is on point. Okay. Oh, guys, talking about new parents. we have another issue. Oh my god. I was gonna give you an update when it comes to the school. I just didn't know the update was gonna be bad to bad to bad to worse. But the other issue that we have is that there's a school that just opened, right? A school that just opened down the street, and the school principal or whoever created that school, I don't even know who is that. The school's principal told some of the parents who are inquiring for information, she told the parents that, oh, this is just an extension of Le Bosquet. Le Bosquet is the name of my school. So she said that school that nobody knows who is even building or who is even doing that business, right? But she's using our name, our school name, in order to get some of the parents to her school, and saying that we, as the founders, we are building another school. So it's still the same school. The shenanigans. You guys want to invest in Cameroon? Guys, I'm not even laughing, because it's not a laughing matter, okay? But you get to the point where all you can do is laugh, and it doesn't really bother me, because at the end of the day, the truth is gonna be, it's gonna be uncovered. It doesn't matter how you want to hide. And her school is just down the street, right? And it looks like it was somebody's house that they turned into a school or something. But then she's saying that it's just an extension of our school. And some of the parents actually came to our school and told my headmistress, la directrice, that, hey, you guys actually built another school down the street, because the principal of that school is saying that it's an extension of Le Bosquet. And then we're like, no, nothing is. Like, sometimes people will use your name in order to get business, because they can tell that you have success, right? Like, you have a good reputation. But anyway, I digress. So when it comes to the school, that is what is currently happening. If I have any other updates, I will let you guys know. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I gotta get going. I was gonna make this video really short, but it looks like it's already 20 minutes long. I have to edit it down less than 20 minutes. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye.